They're two titans of technology, each with an indelible mark on the way we live, work, and connect. Elon Musk, the visionary behind Tesla, SpaceX, and Neuralink, sees the future through the lens of colonizing Mars and building AI safeguards. Mark Zuckerberg, the architect of Facebook, now Meta, is betting big on the metaverse and global connectivity. But beneath their trailblazing innovations lies a simmering rivalry that has captured headlines and the public's imagination. Why does Musk frequently take jabs at Zuckerberg, from Twitter posts to offhand remarks? Is it simply a clash of personalities? Or do their differing philosophies reveal a deeper divide in how they envision humanity's future? Musk champions transparency and open innovation, while Zuckerberg invests in walled ecosystems and digital immersion. In this video, we'll uncover the layers of their feud, rooted in starkly contrasting ideologies, mutual skepticism, and competing visions for the role of technology in society. This is more than just a billionaire beef. It's a battle of ideals shaping the trajectory of the digital age. To understand the animosity between Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg, we must first trace their paths to prominence. Two entirely distinct journeys that have shaped not only their careers but also their perspectives on technology and humanity. Mark Zuckerberg's rise began in the dormitories of Harvard University, where, at just 19 years old, he co-founded a simple networking platform called the Facebook. What started as a way for students to connect online quickly evolved into a global phenomenon. By 2004, the site had dropped from its name and expanded beyond college campuses. Within a few short years, it became Facebook, a household name synonymous with social media. Zuckerberg's strategy was as audacious as it was effective. He aggressively scaled the platform, acquiring companies like Instagram and WhatsApp to broaden Facebook's reach and embed it into everyday life. By the time Zuckerberg reached his late 20s, he was already one of the youngest self-made billionaires in history. His hoodie and sneakers persona became the symbol of Silicon Valley's disruptive ethos, breaking conventions to build new digital realities. However, Zuckerberg's ascent wasn't without controversy. Facebook's growth relied heavily on its ability to collect and analyze user data, often sparking debates about privacy and ethics. Critics argued that Zuckerberg's empire wasn't just connecting people, it was turning them into products for advertisers. For Zuckerberg, this was all part of the mission, to create a more connected world, no matter the cost. Elon Musk's journey couldn't be more different. Born in Pretoria, South Africa, Musk was a voracious reader of science fiction and a precocious learner. He moved to North America to pursue a future shaped by his ambitions, eventually landing in Silicon Valley during the dot-com boom of the 1990s. His first major success was Zip2, a city guide software company that he sold for nearly $300 million. Musk didn't stop there. He co-founded X.com, which later became PayPal, cementing his reputation as a tech entrepreneur with an eye for disruption. But Musk's ambitions went far beyond software. After selling PayPal to eBay, he turned his attention to some of humanity's biggest challenges. He founded Tesla, aiming to revolutionize the automotive industry with electric vehicles, and SpaceX, with the goal of making space travel more affordable and eventually colonizing Mars. Later ventures like Neuralink and The Boring Company showed Musk's obsession with solving what he calls civilizational problems, from sustainable energy and traffic congestion to interplanetary survival and human-AI symbiosis. Unlike Zuckerberg, Musk thrives on public attention. Whether unveiling a new Tesla model or making bold proclamations on social media, Musk's larger-than-life persona is as much a part of his brand as his products. His approach often blends futurism with showmanship, creating a cult-like following among fans who see him as a modern-day Tony Stark. On the surface, Zuckerberg and Musk's missions might appear complementary. Zuckerberg's work revolves around connection, bringing the world closer together through digital platforms. Musk's endeavors are about survival, ensuring the long-term viability of humanity by tackling existential threats. Both have redefined the role of technology in society, but their methods and philosophies couldn't be more different. Zuckerberg's approach, incremental and data-driven. He builds platforms designed to keep users engaged, often relying on algorithms that adapt to user behavior. His focus is on scaling systems that integrate deeply into everyday life, even if it means prioritizing growth over caution. Musk's approach: visionary and experimental. He takes moonshot risks, betting on improving technologies to tackle monumental challenges. His companies often operate at the edge of what's scientifically and financially feasible, emphasizing transparency and open innovation. These contrasting philosophies set the stage for their eventual rivalry. While Zuckerberg represents the Silicon Valley ethos of scaling fast and disrupting norms, Musk embodies the engineer-entrepreneur who seeks to reshape the world with groundbreaking innovations. It's here, in the gap between their visions, that the roots of their tension lie. Zuckerberg's focus on digital immersion, building platforms that dominate virtual and augmented realities, stands in stark contrast to Musk's warnings about the dangers of over-reliance on technology, particularly AI. Musk's outspoken criticism of centralized platforms and his belief in open systems directly challenged Zuckerberg's model of controlled ecosystems. What began as a divergence in ideology gradually evolved into open disdain. Musk has criticized Facebook for its handling of privacy, misinformation, and AI ethics. Zuckerberg, in turn, has dismissed Musk's warnings about artificial intelligence as overly dramatic, famously calling them pretty irresponsible. As their influence grew, so did their public clashes, setting the stage for a rivalry that transcends personal differences. It's a battle of ideas about the role of technology in shaping the future of humanity, and neither seems willing to back down. The feud between Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg isn't just about personalities or business competition. It's rooted in a profound ideological divide. At its core, their conflict centers on opposing beliefs about the role of technology in society and the risks and rewards it brings. These differences have sparked public spats, subtle digs, and open criticism, painting a picture of two visionaries with irreconcilable worldviews. Mark Zuckerberg's philosophy revolves around the idea that technology, when used correctly, can make the world a better place. His guiding principle is connectivity, the belief that a more connected world fosters understanding, collaboration, and progress. This optimism is evident in his long-term vision for Meta, formerly Facebook, where he seeks to create an immersive metaverse, a digital space where people can work, play, and interact as seamlessly as they do in the physical world. Zuckerberg views artificial intelligence, AI, as a cornerstone of this vision. AI powers Facebook's algorithms, helping to personalize user experiences, moderate content, and even enable groundbreaking tools like language translation and virtual reality interfaces. To Zuckerberg, AI is not something to fear, but to embrace as a transformative tool for human progress. In his 2017 Facebook Live Q&A, he dismissed concerns about the dangers of AI as irresponsible and pretty silly, arguing that those raising alarms were unnecessarily slowing innovation. This perspective stems from Zuckerberg's faith in human ingenuity and his assumption that people will use technology responsibly if guided correctly. His belief in the fundamental goodness of technological progress has led him to champion projects like Internet.org, which aims to bring connectivity to underserved parts of the world, further emphasizing his utopian ideals. Elon Musk, in stark contrast, takes a far more cautious and skeptical stance toward technology's role in society. While Musk is no stranger to bold innovation, his companies Tesla, SpaceX, and Neuralink are built on futuristic ideas. He is acutely aware of the unintended consequences technology can bring. Nowhere is this skepticism more apparent than in his views on AI. Musk has consistently warned that artificial intelligence poses one of the greatest existential threats to humanity. His famous analogy, likening AI to summoning the demon, captures his fear that if AI development is left unchecked, it could lead to catastrophic outcomes. In 2014, Musk called AI potentially more dangerous than nukes and has since been a vocal advocate for AI regulation and ethical safeguards. His apprehension stems from the belief that highly intelligent systems, if not carefully controlled, could outpace human oversight and act in ways that conflict with humanity's interests. Musk's concerns aren't just theoretical. He co-founded OpenAI in 2015 with the goal of ensuring that AI benefits humanity as a whole, emphasizing transparency and collaboration over proprietary, closed systems. Musk's opposition to unchecked AI development became personal when Zuckerberg dismissed his warnings. In response to Zuckerberg's 2017 comments downplaying AI risks, Musk tweeted, "I've talked to Mark about this." His understanding of the subject is limited. For Musk, this wasn't just a disagreement. It was a critical divide over the potential dangers and ethical responsibilities of advancing AI. The disagreement over AI is emblematic of the broader ideological rift between the two men. Zuckerberg's view of AI aligns with his general optimism about technology, a tool for improving lives, fostering connections, and solving problems. Musk, on the other hand, sees AI as a double-edged sword, a powerful force that, without careful oversight, could spiral out of control. Their feud over AI isn't just about technical disagreements. It reflects deeper values. Zuckerberg's perspective: technology is inherently neutral, shaped by the intentions of its creators and users. With proper guidance, AI can be harnessed to amplify human potential and build a better world. Musk's perspective: technology, especially AI, has the potential to evolve beyond human control. Without strict ethical frameworks and oversight, it could lead to disastrous outcomes that far outweigh its benefits. Beyond AI, the ideological clash extends to their broader visions of the future. Zuckerberg's Metaverse versus Musk's Mars. Zuckerberg's Metaverse project aims to create a fully immersive digital environment where people can work, socialize, and play. It's a vision that centers on enhancing human interaction through virtual reality and augmented reality. Musk, however, is skeptical of digital escapism. His focus is on real-world challenges, such as sustainable energy and colonizing Mars to ensure humanity's survival. While Zuckerberg builds virtual worlds, Musk is building the tools to reach new physical ones. Centralized ecosystems versus open systems. Zuckerberg's platforms, from Facebook to Instagram, operate within tightly controlled ecosystems. Critics argue that this centralized model gives Meta too much power over user data and content. Musk, in contrast, advocates for open systems and decentralized innovation. His support for open-source software, seen in projects like OpenAI before his departure, reflects his belief in transparency and shared progress. Philosophy of progress. Zuckerberg embodies the Silicon Valley ethos of moving fast and breaking things. He sees risk as an inherent part of progress and focuses on scaling systems rapidly. Musk, while also a risk-taker, emphasizes long-term planning and ethical considerations, especially when it comes to technologies with irreversible consequences. The Musk-Zuckerberg rivalry isn't just a clash of egos. It's a microcosm of larger debates about technology's role in society. It raises questions about innovation, ethics, and the balance between optimism and caution. Musk's warnings about AI challenge the unchecked enthusiasm of tech leaders like Zuckerberg, while Zuckerberg's faith in progress counters Musk's often apocalyptic tone. This ideological divide has fueled a public feud that shows no signs of subsiding. Their differences aren't just philosophical. They reflect competing visions of the future. One grounded in building immersive digital spaces to connect people, and the other focused on safeguarding humanity against the very technologies that define our age. What began as an ideological clash between Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg has evolved into a series of public spats and subtle jabs, with both men using their platforms to highlight their differences, and occasionally to land pointed critiques. These exchanges, often unfolding in the public eye, have underscored the stark contrast between their philosophies, business practices, and visions for the future. One of the most visible flashpoints in their rivalry came in the wake of the Cambridge Analytica scandal in 2018. Facebook faced global scrutiny for its role in allowing the data of millions of users to be harvested without their consent, sparking a larger debate about privacy and the ethical responsibilities of tech companies. Amid the backlash, Musk took a dramatic and symbolic step. He deleted the official Facebook pages for Tesla and SpaceX. When a Twitter user challenged Musk, saying, "Delete SpaceX's Facebook page if you're the man," Musk replied simply, "I didn't realize we had one." "Will do." True to his word, the pages were taken down shortly thereafter. Musk followed up with a tweet stating, "Facebook gives me the willies." The move was more than just a personal statement. It was a public denunciation of Zuckerberg's platform and a broader critique of Facebook's centralized model and controversial data practices. Musk's action resonated with critics of Facebook, further cementing his reputation as a tech leader willing to challenge the status quo. Musk wasn't the only one to take a public jab. In 2016, a high-profile incident involving SpaceX provided Zuckerberg with an opportunity to express his frustration with Musk's ventures. During a routine test, a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket exploded on the launch pad, destroying its payload, a Facebook satellite intended to provide internet access to underserved regions in Africa, the Middle East, and Europe. Zuckerberg took to Facebook to voice his disappointment, writing, "I'm deeply disappointed to hear that SpaceX's launch failure destroyed our satellite that would have provided connectivity to so many entrepreneurs and everyone else across the continent." While his statement was measured, the subtext was clear. Zuckerberg was pointing out a failure in one of Musk's most ambitious projects, subtly questioning SpaceX's reliability and, by extension, Musk's ability to deliver on his lofty promises. Their feud is also reflected in the way they've structured their companies, each embodying their distinct philosophies. Zuckerberg's Meta, Facebook, now Meta, has faced relentless criticism for its centralized approach to technology. The platform's algorithms wield significant influence over the flow of information, often drawing accusations of amplifying misinformation, violating user privacy, and prioritizing engagement over societal well-being. Despite these controversies, Zuckerberg has doubled down on his vision for the Metaverse, a tightly controlled ecosystem where Meta holds the reins of immersive digital interactions. Musk's decentralized push. In contrast, Musk champions decentralization and transparency. His support for open-source AI projects, exemplified by his co-founding of OpenAI before stepping away due to differences in direction, reflects his belief in collaborative and transparent innovation. Musk's acquisition of Twitter in 2022 was framed as an effort to promote free speech absolutism, a move that aligned with his philosophy of reducing centralized control over communication platforms. Musk's changes to Twitter, including opening up its algorithm, were a direct critique of the walled garden approach Zuckerberg has been accused of fostering. The clash between Musk and Zuckerberg over artificial intelligence, AI, also took on a personal tone. In 2017, during a Facebook Live Q&A, Zuckerberg dismissed fears about AI as pretty irresponsible and argued that AI's benefits far outweighed its risks. Musk, who has consistently warned of AI's potential to become an immortal dictator, responded with a sharp retort on Twitter. "I've talked to Mark about this." His understanding of the subject is limited. This exchange highlighted not only their differing views on AI, but also their willingness to openly question each other's expertise. Musk's comment was a direct challenge to Zuckerberg's credibility, suggesting that his optimism about AI was naive or uninformed. The rivalry between Musk and Zuckerberg extends into the very cultures of their companies. Meta's top-down structure. Zuckerberg's leadership style has often been described as centralized and autocratic. Meta's platforms operate under strict control, with key decisions coming from the top. Critics argue this concentration of power has allowed harmful practices, like data harvesting and algorithmic manipulation, to persist unchecked. Musk's risk-taking culture. Musk's companies, by contrast, thrive on risk and experimentation. Tesla's mission to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy and SpaceX's goal of making humanity a multi-planetary species exemplify Musk's penchant for bold, audacious projects. His leadership style encourages innovation, but can also be chaotic, as seen in the tumultuous changes at Twitter following his acquisition. Their rivalry has been punctuated by countless smaller digs and pointed comments. Musk has repeatedly criticized social media platforms, including Facebook, for fostering division and misinformation. In a 2021 Clubhouse interview, he said, "I think there's a lot of trouble that comes from social media, and I'm not sure Facebook is fully aware of the damage they're doing." Zuckerberg, while less confrontational publicly, has defended Meta's centralized approach as necessary for building the metaverse and maintaining user safety, a subtle critique of Musk's decentralized ideals. The Musk-Zuckerberg feud has captured public imagination, partly because it represents more than just a clash between two billionaires. It's a battle of philosophies, connection versus survival, centralization versus decentralization, optimism versus caution. Their public spats, from deleted Facebook pages to pointed AI debates, have only amplified their ideological differences. Ultimately, the rivalry is about more than just personal animosity. It's a reflection of the broader debates shaping the tech world and society at large, with Musk and Zuckerberg embodying two competing visions for the future. As these two titans continue to shape our digital landscape, their ongoing feud serves as a reminder that the choices they make and the philosophies they champion will have lasting implications for all of us. The rivalry between Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg is more than just a clash of personalities or egos. It encapsulates a deeper struggle over the future of technology and its role in society. At its heart, this feud reflects two vastly different philosophies, each representing a distinct path for innovation, ethics, and humanity's long-term trajectory. As the world increasingly relies on technologies shaped by these men, understanding the broader implications of their disagreements is crucial. At the core of their feud lies a question that defines the modern tech industry. Should innovation prioritize speed and scale, or should it proceed cautiously, mindful of potential consequences? Zuckerberg's approach: scale first, solve later. Zuckerberg embodies the Silicon Valley ethos of move fast and break things, a mantra that prioritizes rapid innovation and market dominance over careful planning. This approach fueled Facebook's meteoric rise, connecting billions of people worldwide. However, it has also led to significant challenges, from privacy violations, e.g., the Cambridge Analytica scandal, to accusations of amplifying misinformation and societal polarization. For Zuckerberg, technological progress is inherently good, and any problems it creates can be addressed retroactively. This philosophy drives his ambitious vision for the metaverse, where Meta aims to create a fully immersive digital ecosystem. Critics argue that this vision prioritizes profit and control over user well-being, reflecting Zuckerberg's tendency to scale rapidly while addressing ethical and societal concerns only after they become unavoidable. Musk's approach: solve the existential risks. Musk, in contrast, takes a more cautionary stance, particularly when it comes to transformative technologies like artificial intelligence. His question isn't just, can we do this, but also, should we? Musk frequently warns of unintended consequences, emphasizing the importance of foresight and ethical considerations. Whether advocating for regulations on AI or highlighting the need for sustainable energy solutions, Musk's projects often address what he calls civilizational risks. His ventures, Tesla, SpaceX, and Neuralink, are designed to solve pressing global and existential challenges such as climate change, interplanetary survival, and the ethical integration of humans and machines. Musk's approach reflects a long-term perspective, where innovation serves humanity's survival rather than short-term gains. The Musk-Zuckerberg feud also underscores a fundamental tension within the tech industry: centralization versus decentralization. Zuckerberg's walled gardens. Zuckerberg's platforms, from Facebook to Instagram and WhatsApp, operate as tightly controlled ecosystems. These platforms thrive on centralization, where Meta collects vast amounts of user data to drive engagement, refine algorithms, and generate advertising revenue. This model has been criticized for its lack of transparency, overreach, and monopolistic tendencies. In the context of the metaverse, Meta's vision involves creating an interconnected virtual world controlled largely by its own infrastructure. Critics fear this could lead to an even more centralized internet, where users have little control over their data or interactions. Musk's push for open systems. Musk's philosophy leans toward decentralization and openness. He has advocated for open-source technologies, particularly in the field of artificial intelligence. Although Musk's support for OpenAI ecosystems was evident during the early days of OpenAI, before he parted ways, His broader vision prioritizes empowering individuals rather than locking them into corporate-controlled ecosystems. Musk's acquisition of Twitter, now X, is an example of his commitment to free expression and open platforms. While controversial, his stated goal of promoting free speech absolutism reflects his belief in reducing centralized control over communication platforms. Musk's critique of walled gardens extends to his businesses. Tesla's patents, for instance, are open source to encourage the broader adoption of sustainable technologies. The Musk-Zuckerberg feud is more than a personal rivalry. It reflects broader debates about the direction of the tech industry and its impact on society. These debates center on critical issues: artificial intelligence and ethics. Their opposing views on AI highlight a pressing question for society. How should humanity approach technologies with the potential to surpass human capabilities? Zuckerberg's optimism: AI as a tool for improving lives, fostering connection, and enhancing convenience. Meta's AI-driven algorithms, for example, aim to personalize user experiences and improve engagement. Musk's caution: AI as a potential existential threat. Musk's advocacy for regulation and ethical oversight stems from concerns that AI could become uncontrollable and harmful. The choices made by tech leaders today will shape the trajectory of AI development, influencing everything from job automation to the balance of power between corporations and individuals. Data privacy and user agency. Zuckerberg's platforms have repeatedly faced backlash for their handling of user data, raising questions about the trade-off between convenience and privacy. Musk's decentralization push challenges the dominance of centralized platforms, advocating for systems that give users more control over their data and interactions. Space exploration and planetary survival. Musk's focus on space colonization through SpaceX contrasts sharply with Zuckerberg's terrestrial ambitions. Musk sees the colonization of Mars as essential for humanity's long-term survival, a bold vision rooted in existential risk mitigation. Zuckerberg, by contrast, has remained focused on earthbound initiatives like global internet access and social connectivity. The Metaverse versus interplanetary dreams. Zuckerberg's Metaverse, a virtual world that enhances human interaction, promising immersive experiences but also raising concerns about escapism, surveillance, and centralization. Musk's interplanetary vision, a future where humanity transcends Earth, ensuring its survival by becoming a multi-planetary species. The paths chosen by leaders like Musk and Zuckerberg have far-reaching consequences. As AI, social media, and space exploration reshape our world, their approaches will influence personal privacy. Zuckerberg's centralized systems prioritize data collection, often at the expense of user privacy. Musk's emphasis on decentralization offers an alternative that could empower individuals. Innovation ethics. Musk's cautionary stance on AI serves as a counterbalance to the unchecked optimism of leaders like Zuckerberg, prompting a critical evaluation of ethical boundaries in innovation. Global connectivity versus survival. Zuckerberg's focus on connecting humanity contrasts with Musk's focus on ensuring its survival. Both are crucial, but they highlight differing priorities for the tech industry. The Musk-Zuckerberg feud isn't just a clash of personalities. It's a defining rivalry that reflects deeper debates about technology's role in shaping humanity's future. Their competing philosophies offer two distinct visions, one grounded in rapid scaling and digital connection, the other in caution and existential problem-solving. As their influence continues to grow, the choices they make and the paths they champion will have profound implications for the direction of technology and society. This rivalry, far from being just a personal spat, symbolizes the pivotal decisions that will define our world for decades to come. The Musk-Zuckerberg feud is more than a clash of personalities. It's a battle between two visions of the future. Zuckerberg champions a hyper-connected, AI-enhanced world, while Musk warns of the risks of centralized power and unchecked innovation, advocating for solutions to humanity's existential challenges. At its core, their rivalry reflects the tech industry's defining debates: connection versus survival, centralization versus decentralization, and optimism versus caution. As their influence shapes our rapidly evolving world, Their choices will leave a legacy that defines not just the future of technology, but the very fabric of society. This story is far from over.